Welcome to another edition of Yacht Life Chronicles, where we are better together than separated. Man, and we have two of Saginar's finest on the show today. You know, we got Cooking Up with Foe. We got Realtor Michael Brown in the building today. You know, how you guys doing out there?
No, man, everything good on this side.
You
Man, I
know,
can't
and we wanted
complain.
to can't complain, man. What you working on over there, Foe?
I'm just editing a video, in my cave right now.
In your own personal space?
Yeah,
Ain't nothing like that solitude, man, to be able to
for
just
sure,
work, man, clear your head, man, and do the things that you like to do.
for sure.
You know, at the end of the day. And we wanted to talk to you guys about the $2.2 trillion spending deficit in the black community. We want to talk to Cooking Up with Foe and Real to Michael Brown as to why so many purchases is being spent outside of the black community. Why is only 2.2% of that being spent back into the black community? And, you know, talk about the lack of support amongst black businesses as to where, forget about the lack of support within your community. It's all over. You know, us as blacks, we're not supporting each other. And we need to find a way to put that $2.2 trillion that we're spending everywhere else and learn how to put more of that back into the black community. You know, so my first question I want to ask is, you know, can you share your perspective on the black community and, you know, its spending on substantial goods, merchandising, clothes, I mean, you know, just everything outside the black community and not always supporting businesses, black businesses within their community. You know, I'm supporting everything else, but I'm not supporting my brother. I'm not supporting my cousin. I'm not supporting my friend. I'm not supporting my down the street neighbor as in the black community on what they doing. But I'm over here, I'm going to Walmart. Well, Walmart don't give no money back to the schools. You know, I'm over here spending money in this corporation and you know, you know, my education, I lack of education to the where I'm spending money in these corporations. None of these corporations is giving nothing back, you know, and nothing is being redeemed, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is being recycled back into the black community. You know, so give me some of y'all thoughts on that.
So, what was the question? Like, what was the question?
The question was share your perspective on the
Okay.
statistic that the black community spends a substantial amount on goods and merchandise and
I would
not
think.
outside of the black community and not within the black community.
Okay, well, I would think. Well, in my perspective, I think it's like something we were just discussing. What our community is lacking, and I think it's discipline. The lack of discipline is what's taking us out of our community, and we spending money in other places. We look the part, but in the inside, I feel like sometimes we just a shell. You know, we gotta feed more into ourselves. We gotta invest more into ourselves. We gotta invest more into our community. We gotta invest more into our brothers and our sisters. But it's easier said than done. That's why I feel like discipline is kind of like the bottom line of it all. Because in order to have a goal or a agenda or um, to do something collectively, we gotta have discipline to even execute that thought or idea.
Let me get your thoughts, Mike.
Well, man, I have so many thoughts on that. Cause in a sense I disagree. For one, I'm a person who think outside the box, and I don't always agree with statistics. So I would ask you, okay, well, where did you get that statistic from, and who produced it? Were you on that survey? You know what I'm saying? So the masses or whoever control media, they can negatively implant that into some stream of communication to make you and I think that we're not supporting each other. So where does that statistic of 2.2 come from? It's not from us. I wasn't surveyed on that. So I don't know where that survey come from. I know they say men and women, well, how does that saying go? Numbers can't lie. Numbers can always lie. Numbers are a tool that they use to lie. So I would say that we do support each other every time. Why do you think there's so many new I'm gonna say Hebrew owned restaurants, because I don't like saying black, Hebrew owned restaurants in Saginaw that's constantly developing or popping up because we're supporting each other. Everybody has a new business. Fo has a new business he just opened up. Creative Lounge, support. You have Yacht Life Chronicles, support. Terry Reed with his business, support. We always support one another. The
So the
the
narrative.
kickball game, support.
Hmm.
So
So
we
you
are
saying
supporting each other.
the narrative that's being pushed and promulgated out there is to keep us from supporting each other instead of knowing the support that we already have for each other.
Exactly. So we have to acknowledge that, yes, we are supporting one another on a daily basis. Now, one thing that can be said, or one of the negative, well, I wouldn't even say it's a negative. So put it like this. Some of us are first time business owners, right? So we, unfortunately, our parents or our grandparents weren't able to teach us business etiquette or how to have great customer support. So yes, some of us are not professional or don't have that great business etiquette. And so therefore we may lose a customer or two based on our ignorance to the business aspect. And we didn't have our father or our grandfather to teach us business, and it goes down the line. So yes, we may fail at that point. And then as a culture, we may not give a second opportunity to the business because the way we felt when we interacted.
Mhm.
So I'm a big proponent because, where we came from, we got a second chance at life.
I
So
got a
I'm
question.
always a
So,
second chance advocate. So if I went to a business and I didn't like it, one, my responsibility to my brother or sister who owns that business is to share with them in a good communication. I need to communicate my displeasure with them in a good way, not yo nasty, your food nasty, and
or
put
on
that on
social
social
media,
media.
or on
I
social
my
media.
my response, I'm supposed to go to my brother or sister and say, hey, you know what, I had a bad experience with your food. It was this, it was that. I'm coming to you as a person and a customer, and as your brother, to let you know. So hopefully you can improve it. I'll try it again in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, things have been resolved and it's better.
I
And
got a
so
question
I won't put you on blast,
for
right?
you.
I won't even give a negative review, but I'm hoping that you correct it so I can continue
To
to
support you.
come and support you.
Go
Hey,
ahead, folks.
you said you in the real estate, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the percentage of our community that come shop with you?
I don't know the percentage, but I get a lot of love from Saginaw. I see other sisters, and actually Quincy Hayes, shout out to Quincy. I remember seeing him at the club one day, and
I'm just
I
saying, like
thought
at like something out of 10. Like what would be that number of a black or a Hebrew, like you say, person coming to shop with you?
I would say it's almost 10 out of 10. Everybody who I sold a
Okay,
house to was in the 12 tribes, basically. And I'm
okay,
saying that's the
okay.
Mexican American or so-called Mexicans or whatever, but
Reason why
everybody
I'm
who I
asking that,
sold a house to was one of us because they knew
okay.
me. They knew my transition from where I was. And even, when I was in the street,
Mm-hmm.
I always was considered 100. I never tried to get over on nobody. Well, unless they need, what I'm saying? But for the most part, I have a good reputation no matter if it was in the street or, doing business. So
Okay. Reason why I'm
everybody
asking
who
that.
I dealt with in Saginaw basically was one of us, and they knew me and, allowed me to do a transaction with them.
Okay. Reason why I'm asking that is, my case is the same thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as a business owner, someone that we going back to the 2.2 trillion deficit of you saying we can't produce those numbers and you don't believe in statistics, but that's where you pull facts from. And these are the facts of how much money that do get spent on outside our community, like a Gucci, like a we can pull numbers for that in as far as demographics. Demographics. I ain't saying it's all the way true. I'm
Right. That's
saying
that's all.
off,
All I'm saying
yeah, but
is
I'm
there.
going off of the statistics of where we actually spending our money at.
I,
Because if we were
I,
spending our money with each other, like you will have multiple uh you probably have multiple legs on your business right now if we spent all our money with you. Or I will probably have 3 or 4 creators lounge right now if our people was really supporting us and shopping with us. That's why I'm saying the money don't last in our community. It's less than 15 minutes. The dollar leave our community. Once we get the money, it takes
mhm.
15 minutes for that dollar it gets out of our community.
Now, I totally understand that where you coming from, and I only
Yeah,
said I don't always believe in statistics because it can be skewed. So,
of course,
and
anything can.
that's all I'm saying. But me and
Yeah.
Pete had spoke on this before, and I was
Mm-hmm.
sharing with him. I'm gonna do it's 2 parts. So, one of the major parts is I don't know what percentage of most people income goes
Mm-hmm.
on bills. So we don't own utility companies. That's a
That's a
nice
fact.
chunk out of your check. We don't
That's a
own
fact.
mortgage companies. Chunk out your check. Gasoline stations. So
That's
that's
a fact.
why the majority of the money goes to these corporations where we have to pay on monthly subscriptions or monthly bills that
Which
we
is
have.
still
Grocery
which
stores.
which is still not in our community. We
Right.
gotta get
Now,
an oil
Right,
company. We gotta get a mortgage company. We
but
gotta get a
right.
utilities company.
and
You
I,
know,
I I agree. So
these are facts, though. Yeah.
now with that being said, now I have to go to biblical because then that's
Listen.
the part that
So
most
let me
people don't
ask you
like.
a question right here.
Uh-huh.
What role does awareness and education play in promoting economic support within the black community?
Awareness,
Yeah, and education.
it plays a major part. You feel me? Like,
Because it's
I
so
feel
much,
like
a lot of people not privy to economics. A lot of people not privy into going out supporting black business because I've been raised to go into Walmarts. I've been raised to go over here. I've been
I
raised to
feel
go to
like
McDonald's and Burger
Uh,
King.
I feel like
uh,
once
I
you
wasn't
come of
raised to
age,
go to the
all right.
lady down
I
the
feel
street
like
and
when
get
Hold
you
my
on.
come
food.
of age,
Let
when you
me let
come,
me let me
go ahead,
interject.
go
Hold on
ahead,
So
one second. Go ahead. Go ahead,
now
folks.
me and Pete
go
talked
ahead.
about this before. Now it if you think back in the day, 60s, 70s, right? We were all in ghettos. Every Okay, 11th Street had a hardware store. We had different stores that we controlled and owned in the community. We had to rely on one another and we always supported one another. Then comes the great idea to put highways in the middle of the ghettos. What does that do? That brings big businesses into the ghetto, and now people are spending because things cost less. They can drive out of the community. So that drives the mom and pop stores into oblivion. Now we can't compete with the Walmart because Walmart has their prices 3 to 4 times cheaper. Our hardware stores can't compete with the big box stores because everything is cheaper. We don't have as many supplies as the big box stores. So therefore they go out to shop with other, and that's Detroit, Saginaw. Just think about, where are all the highways? They come through the ghetto. They don't go into the rich areas and split their land. They come into our neighborhoods, and you got many of them. So that's how the business is driving out of our community, and then the mom and pop stores end up going out of business. I had a clothing store on Court Street. It lasted for a while, but I ain't gonna say it was a mom and pop, but it was a clothing store. But the economy
So what you
was,
think?
was hard.
What you think declined the business? Like what put you out of business at that time?
Well, when the market tanked. So GM closed down, all of them closed, they failed, and then nobody has any money. You can't, nobody going to the club, nobody going here, nobody going there. So, after so long, and you coming out of pocket trying to keep the bills going, you got to you're forced to shut down, because when people don't have jobs, they're gonna cut back on the frivolous spending. Or, well, I don't need clothes, I need food, I need to pay bills. So clothes is like your last option, especially designer type clothes. You don't need it anymore. So you have to reinvent yourself, and so that's my little 2 cents.
So cooking up with foe. So you think it's the cultural and social factors that keep influencing our, spending habits in the Black community, and to keep us in this impoverishment, to keep us in this this destitute state.
It ain't even the fact that I mean, we know that. You know what I'm saying? Like social media, influences, this is where advertisement come from in business. Like we advertise so much we can get so many clients. This is why business advertise. It's a form of influence to come spend your money with you. You get what I'm saying? So imagine that on a community that's kind of like, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, is to look a certain way, have the house, have the car, have the girl, have the American dream, which is you gotta pay for in certain things. So we spend our money outside our community 90% of the time. And this is our issue of why we not getting to another step in
And
our
I be
community.
and me, when I look at these rappers and I look at these entertainers, and I love Gucci, love Louis, love the chains, love all that. But with knowing my influence, knowing the celebrity that I have, I got to have my own clothing line. I really can't be out there rocking somebody else stuff unless I got a deal with them. Okay, if me and these guys partnering, but you got a lot of these influencers within the game, they just spending a bunch of money on it, and they ain't even got any type of partnership with them
You
or
gotta
nothing.
ask yourself why. Why do they do that? That's a question. You get what I'm saying? Why do you spend your money like that? Do you want to be accepted?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be loved? Do you want to be respected? It's something there of why they do the things that they do. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's happening in our community. You get what I'm saying? Like you was taught to go do that. You was taught to go and buy $800 pair of shoes. You was taught
Now,
that, or you
now,
was influenced.
but let me ask you a question. Were you taught that, or were you influenced by the people who you deem respectable?
It's
Because,
both.
watch this. Gucci, the brands that you just named, they don't advertise.
That's a
Ferrari
fact.
doesn't advertise.
That's a
But
fact.
your favorite rapper is the one, or the favorite entertainer, they're wearing it. So that's an idea that we take, that we must go out and imitate them.
That's a
So if
fact.
you eliminate the entertainers, the ball players, and all that, you eliminate that influence. So they put it on, and then we think we should have it. They put on two.
I
Watch
got a
this.
question.
Watch. Hold on. Watch
Could
this.
we eliminate it?
Tupac. Hold on. Watch this. Tupac. Let's go back to Tupac. Tupac was the first person or rapper to get a tattoo that was popularized.
And to wear
Before,
Versace.
but watch this. Before Tupac got that tattoo, Thug Life on his stomach, we thought you was trying to be of another race if you got a tattoo. Nobody had tattoos before Tupac. Nobody. No, in the community, people wasn't rocking tattoos. But when Tupac made it popular and sung about it, everybody started getting tattoos.
Only
I
God
still
can
ain't got
judge.
no tattoo.
But that's good. So you weren't influenced. But only God could judge me. Thug Life,
But
all
I'm
that.
gonna be honest with you though. When you know what I'm saying, he had in the music do influence, because I know I had a ring in my big ass nose back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
That's
listen,
That's
what I'm
man.
saying.
The
We were
but
music
just
that's
talking
what I'm
about the
saying.
eras of music and how
We
they
put
influenced.
too much value on the rappers because that's how I got into the clothing game.
so that's okay. So how
I
do
would
we
How
watch a
could you
video,
eliminate that?
but
That's a
that
question.
we
huh?
have to teach our children
But
not.
could you eliminate that though?
You got to change the way, you got to change the music that your children listen to. You got to,
And then this my whole thing, right? This my
That's a
whole thing
task.
right here. We know all the music cap, right? That none of these artists is living is living what they rapping, right?
okay.
You got the
We
whole
don't
hold
know
on,
that.
Mike. Hold on,
Okay.
Mike. Hold on, Mike. You got some that is, and you got some that's not. But we know all of it's cap. You know what I'm saying? We got these artists on Instagram and they doing all this stuff and they looking for these different artists, man. And it just seemed like a popularity stunt, publicity stunt, views for me. Like views for the person, you know. And it's like all of it's cap, man. And it's like we becoming a generation of the blind leading the blind, you know, with
That's
these
a fact.
phones.
False
You know,
prophets.
huh?
False prophets.
You know, and we got all these people and these influencers who don't know how the influence and don't know the impact that they have on the community, but they using it in the wrong way, you know. Because at the end of the day, you know, we want to take our platform and we want to use it in the best way as possible as far as helping the community move forward instead of backwards.
See,
You
that's
know,
what one thing I wanted to talk about. Like we know some of the issues that goes on in our community, right? We know like the basis of our issues that we have.
what's the
My
biggest
thing is
issue?
we are easily influenced.
Hmm.
And I feel like to shape that, to like balance that out, we have to learn new skills. Because once you start learning skills, like we were just talking before, like we was always taught to go chase the money, go get the money, go do this, go chase the money. You feel me? But once you start learning skill sets, you attract money. You attract different things, which is not you're not gonna be easily influenced by different things because you're disciplined enough to learn the skill. So that's kind of sharpening it's strengthening your brain power for the most part. It's strengthening that so you can be disciplined to learn this skill. So once you learn this skill, now you got people that need your skill set. Not
So now
not
you become an asset.
yes, you become an asset. Like I feel like that's the only way we can alter this narrative is by learning new skill sets, be
So we can
willing,
become an asset to each other.
but they gotta be willing to learn new skill sets. And once they learn new skill sets, they can be an asset to the community.
But let me ask this though, folks, because it seemed like skill sets that went out the window dealing with reality, because it's like everybody just drug abusers now, bro. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Like,
it depends on where you're looking at.
I
Like
mean, you know what I'm
if
saying?
you
Like,
looking at if you're looking at, I know a lot of people that's really like getting to it, like skill sets wise, young, 18, 20, 24, 25, in
But I'm
college,
saying,
out of
like, to
college.
the ones that's out there and that don't have no skill set, right? Like like, what helped you to develop a skill set, and what?
YouTube University.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be you looking at your favorite video.
Mm-hmm.
You looking at these podcasts. You looking at everything else that's entertaining you. Learn something on there too.
So I'm not confident in my skill set. I want to do it, but I want to wait a minute. You know, I haven't developed that confidence yet. I haven't developed that assertiveness yet. Like, how did you develop that,
Wait,
man?
trial and error, because I ain't had nobody to go and ask these questions to. I ain't had nobody to be like, hey, how do you do this? How you do that? How you work a computer? How you work a camera? How you work a beat machine? How you do this? How you do that? It was all trial and error. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't afraid to try something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what be wrong with our community. They want the red carpet rolled out for them, and they don't want to bump their head nowhere. But you'll bump your head in them streets all day. But you don't want to bump your head trying something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's when it get tricky. That's when it becomes a mental health issue.
So with the influence now, with the rap, and we got the Sexy Reds being planted. You know, we got, and I'm glad you all too, Mike. The influence that's real strong in the hip hop community, right? And we got a lot of industry seeds that's coming with a lot of ratchetness, a lot of negativity, a lot of more ghetto-ness than we'd have never seen in the history of hip hop, basically. You know.
Yeah, it always been around, but now it's an agenda. Same thing. It's the same agenda they was pushing with this drill movement. When people killing each other, sliding on their ops and all this and that. It's the same agenda they doing for the ladies right now with the
So
Sexy
what you
Red
saying,
shit.
like, it's the heads of these labels is putting money into it now. It's paying the artists to push it, you know what I'm saying, to go out there and be in this puppet, helping to destroy the community,
That's a fact.
helping it to bring it down, helping it to
So
kind
many
of stay
artists
sad.
came out and said that, man, they give us millions to talk about
Yeah.
this.
I remember that.
Yep,
You know
that's what they do.
It's
I mean,
exploiting us.
yeah.
So, and like Mike, you know, we come from an era of, you know, NWA. We come from an era of Spice One, Tupac.
Same thing.
But this is my question I wanted to ask you. We never let it influence us to the point where we went out, shot somebody, or
I
maybe even
disagree.
did the drugs or drank the
Yeah,
40.
y'all did, bro.
I
Yeah, y'all
disagree.
did.
Yes, we did. Hey,
Y'all did.
my hey, yes, we did. And that's what I was gonna say earlier. What's his name?
So
Bone Crusher.
basically, our whole culture comes from the music.
But
That's what
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying. And that's
It's a mind control
Like
thing.
our whole culture, it
that
don't
ain't
come
even
from
see that.
education. It don't come from.
But that ain't our see. That's what we. That's another narrative. They say our culture is our music. That
No,
ain't
our
our
culture is our
culture.
lifestyle.
Our culture is our lifestyle
Yeah.
and what we supposed to be doing. See, we
Yeah.
got away from the correct lifestyle and they push the
That's a
music
fact.
saying this is our culture.
That's a
So
fact.
now, subconsciously and unconsciously, if this is our culture, this is how we're supposed to act.
Right.
And that's
Because
what they.
because
That's
when
why
you
they
put
giving
that
them all the
music in the
millions.
club, just think, Bone Crush went in the club. Now, when people was just chilling, now they looking at their enemy or somebody who they claim their enemy. Now they want to fight. That's
I
why
ain't never scared.
I ain't never scared. Now you start bobbing. Now you mean mugging this dude. You ain't said nothing all day. But now this song come on. Now you and your dog's tough and
Hey,
y'all
Mo,
want to
remember
fight.
I was just telling you about the one TikTok I had seen with him and my man say him and this girl went in the club, right? He say they had just came from a family function. He say shit, they was in Atlanta. He say, listen, man, they listen to all type of murder music all day. He say him and this girl that got mad at each other.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's the spirit that's in that music
Yeah,
that make you
yeah.
want to go do something
So
when you
Mike,
was just chilling
Music
5 minutes
Mike,
ago.
itself
so Mike and
is a
Mike and
spiritual
folk.
thing.
Why okay, because with the music and as a DJ, because it seems like it's getting deeper too, because now it's going to the DJ. Why you don't think they don't balance it out with okay, maybe a little bone crusher. But then okay, let's do a little R. Kelly. But then we can turn it up to a little John. Then we could turn it down and go to a little, something that's a little more smoother. You know,
They used
why
to,
Because
is this
you know
all
why? You
they
know
did it
why?
at the Limelight. They used to play the love songs at the Limelight, but it's always, somebody want to request this or request that, but it's always
Because
it's
when they play
it's
that,
about
you
the
know what they
money.
do? They
huh?
walk off. Once they play that, because I was just doing that at the lounge, you know what I mean, to try to mix it up, you know what I mean. But if you play something that they just ain't feeling,
They
they
gonna
walking
walk
off.
away.
You get what I'm saying? So you when you having an event, it ain't the DJ fault. The DJ is analyzing the crowd. He is observing the crowd. He's seeing what they like, and that's what he playing. Instead of forcing what he want to play, he got to make sure the event is going the way they enjoying themselves. You get what I'm saying? That's a DJ job. You get what I'm saying? He ain't finna just play all 80s music at a Generation X party. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just not going to happen. They ain't even gonna know what he's playing, you know? So it's just it ain't the DJ fault. The DJ's doing this job, but at the
A
same
lot of
time,
DJs, you don't think a lot of DJs getting paid to promote their music?
what you mean?
I
Not
mean, you
at
know
a
what I'm
club
saying?
event,
Because
probably at an
if we
industry event.
constantly listen to drill murder music all day, and it done
You
turned
don't
us
think the
mad in the
radio
club,
station's getting paid?
huh?
You don't think the radio station's getting paid?
Of course.
You don't think Spotify, Apple Music, all these other people getting paid to promote a
Mhm.
certain artist, a certain agenda?
So at the end of the day, the influence is just getting bigger and bigger, man.
They all
It
in bed
is.
together.
It's all the
Hey,
same
because
thing.
Kanye West said it. He say they get, what did he say? He said no matter what happened, they getting paid anyway. Because they gonna get paid from producing the drill music. When you kill somebody, the lawyers gonna get paid, the jail gonna get paid, commissary
And
people gonna get
and
paid, and they invested in all of it.
most of these labels
And the
invested in
United States
prisons.
courts was the
Yeah,
prison.
Most of these labels invested in prisons, insurance.
yeah.
They got it on all sides, bro.
They said because when
So they don't
they
mind
put
giving you $1 million, $2 million, $3 million for a deal,
and they
so
say
you
they
can
got a
get
$20
a
million
culture
death
of
benefit
people
on
to
you
crash out. Get a culture of people to crash out, send them to our prisons or send them to the morgues.
to their prisons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just a new age of slavery, but people are so brainwashed. Be like, oh, this is my favorite artist. I'd be like, why is that your favorite artist? It don't have talent. They not talented no more. It's just a nice beat, and you got a little flow over it that you probably didn't even write. You get what I'm saying? Because labels got writers too.
Mhm. And I think
So
popularity is being valued too much too.
that's influence.
You
They
know.
labels only sign people that have influence, bro. They don't care about talent no more.
Hmm.
What's your popularity? Well, how many people you follow? I done sat down with labels. I done sat down with Atlantic. I done sat down with different people that signing people. You get what I'm saying? What's
Mhm.
your followers like? What's your
Yep.
influence? How many times you post? So it ain't nothing about music. They want the masses. They want to get a lot of people. They only worrying about the number of people that you can touch. And then we'll get behind that, and then we'll give you this agenda to push.
And once again, it's all on these apps that we don't own. You know, we study streaming, spending
We
our
keep
money
talking
on.
about you talking about the deficit in the money
Yeah,
that we
that goes
spend.
in. Yeah.
Name a DSP. Name a distributor that we own. Black culture. Name a computer. I'm on a MacBook computer right now. You get what I'm saying? I'm on an iPhone right now. You get what I'm
So,
saying?
but to that, now I got it. Cause he cut me off on the biblical side. So that's the biblical side of it, because our people was cursed. Generations have always said the same thing. Why can't we come together? They did come together in a few different cities, and guess what? Guess what the people did? They blew it up. They bombed Oklahoma City. They bombed. It was another one, Oklahoma and Kentucky. It was like 3 or 4 of them. So yeah,
Black
we could
Wall
come
Street. We
together.
talking about Black Wall Street.
Yeah, so we could come together in little sects, but as a whole, it's a whole, like Byron Allen. People don't even realize Byron Allen got an $8 billion deal that he's trying to buy, I think, ABC right now.
Yeah.
So Byron, but he tried to buy it a few years ago. Some other the way he bought the Weather
Tyler
Channel.
Perry just trying to buy BT back.
Yeah, they did that with
but they
50
denied him.
Cent. 50 Cent and Gotti and all them when they was trying to get the distribution center. So that would have been one of the huge distributions, but they indicted all of them at the same time.
See, I think
So
I think
that's
our
what we was talking
problem is,
about, that gatekeeper level.
But that's
see,
what I'm
but this
saying.
one
Go
I think
ahead.
that's what's messing us up though. I think we are trying to go corporate. Right? We
I don't
want to
think
buy
that's
these
corporate. They just trying to
when you
put
try
it
to
in
buy
house.
ABC, that's corporate. When you try
Pitch
to
your
But
buy
volume,
no,
folks.
no,
that's
that's not
corporate.
Pitch your
corporate.
volume,
You're
folks.
trying
Pitch your
to
speaker.
buy the station so you can control the narrative. That's just
And
like
that's
BT.
corporate. That's
No,
corporate
it
though.
is, but it ain't. You're
Listen,
corporate is
I understand what you're talking
hold on,
about.
wait,
Go
listen.
ahead.
Because I was in corporate America, so-called, right? Corporate America is when you're trying to go with them. You're trying to be in their company. But because you buy a ABC, that doesn't mean it's just like BT. It was black owned once upon a time,
And then they
but
sold it to
then
who?
he sold it, and
Now
now
they're trying to sell it again, right?
but the Caucasians bought it, or whoever it was, they purchased it
They did.
and put their influence and
Right.
negative influence. So
All I'm saying is that's corporate though.
okay, but
I ain't
earlier,
saying. All right, prime example. I'm gonna just give
I'm
you an
saying
example.
earlier you mentioned,
Jay-Z.
but hold on, folks.
Go ahead.
Earlier the discussion was we don't own a DTE. We don't own distribution centers. So if you saying we going corporate, how we gonna have these things?
I was trying to get the whole thing out.
Okay, all right.
Reason why I said corporate. People are going corporate. We can own our own. This is what I'm saying. We can own our own. Yeah. Once we get to a corporate level to get to the masses of our people, yes, that will make sense. But I'm talking about necessity things. ABC is not a necessity to us.
Yes, it is. Okay, go ahead.
Hear me out, though. Necessity is health, food, places to stay. You get what I'm saying? ABC is a television network that we can get our messages across, right?
Exactly.
We can get messages across and stuff like that, right? That's not like a necessity as of right now. Like
I disagree.
As of right now,
I disagree.
Prioritizing right now as a community, what we need as a community, prioritizing number one is our health and our food digestive. Like our food and health is number one, bro. We don't need to be entertained no more.
I didn't say
entertained by everything.
But watch this, folks.
Prioritizing is we need a better health system in our community. We need a better food system in our community. Those two things, because without those two things, we can never get our mind right.
Okay, so all right, so
Never. We can't even
ABC,
process information right
but
because our body ain't even right.
our body ain't always been right. But this is all
But
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying these are
But watch this.
necessities, though.
But watch this. ABC is a network.
Yeah.
A network that produces billions and billions of dollars. So if we control a network, we can control our own narrative. We could have multiple BETs and Black and Tyler Perry's.
But that's why
If
P. Diddy came out with Revolt, which
yeah,
means that we can have a voice, which
you can
means
have
to
your own
But
voice.
rebuild.
you see how
If
Diddy did it
hold
on his
on, hold on,
own.
folks, hold on.
Right. He did it on
If
his own.
you
That's
produce,
all I'm
so I
saying.
know people who not black vegans, but some people are bottling Irish sea moss. So if we have a network who is
That
for
can
us,
promote that, right?
they can promote the health.
I
They
understand
can
that.
promote all those good things. We have to
I
start
understand that.
somewhere. We can't just say, okay, we need health. Let's everybody concentrate
I
on
think we
health.
need to prioritize things, though. I think
But
we too entertained.
But this is what I'm saying. So when you say prioritize, that means that there has to be a great meeting of the Black minds, which
You
there
right.
is, but there is no leaders like that because our community thinks that music is our culture. We think celebrities are our leaders. We think
Okay, so
LeBron
that goes
James
with
is
this
our
question
leader.
right here. Okay, because we're running out of time. So to both of y'all, whoever go first, what are some strategies as Black people we can employ to promote economic empowerment and support businesses within our own Black community? What are some of what are
We
some of the
need 10
strategies?
we need 10 influencers that have followings that could be celebrity status, could be just a doctorate, a person that's very knowledgeable. We need that have influence. We need 10 influencers, 10 leaders in our community to create opportunities to bring us together so we can prioritize our community because we too entertained right now.
Go ahead, Bright.
Well, I ain't gonna even hit y'all with biblical, but I'm gonna just say this: we already doing it because the thing that we have to watch out for, and if you just look through our history, somebody is always getting bought out. Now you had a great influence, but now you're getting bought out or paid off. I heard a lot like people okay, Trump. I'm gonna throw Trump name in there, right? So people like Trump because he was making money. Then we seen a lot of the things that Trump did, that we may have not been privy to. Like he tried to get the 5 brothers put in prison on a false narrative. He said these things. Then I heard people say, well, I like Trump because he put money in my pocket. A lot of people get money and they forget about the masses. You know what I'm saying? Or they
Is that right,
encourage,
though?
huh?
Is that right?
Not if you, that's what I'm saying. Not if you're thinking about your people as a whole, because you're following money. And then there's going to be a point where money is not going to matter. And
That's
I say
why.
that to
That's
say,
my whole point.
but
That's
that's what
my
I'm
whole
saying.
point. That's why we need to prioritize on the things that do matter, which is it goes back to what I was just saying. We can't even cleanse our minds to really learn something new or have new skill sets or have a fresh start if our mind is not right, which is our body. What we put in our body, what far as health wise, like
That's
we got
you-
it. Yes,
it got
that's
to
the
it got
only
to
way
start
we
here
can get
first,
clean. No,
because
Yeah, your mind, your
that's
they
the
nerve
only
they
way
passes.
we
they
can get
say they
clean up
say
here.
if you know better, you'll do better.
That's
No,
a
because
That's
in our community we know better, but we still do wrong.
exactly.
That's
So
because this ain't right. That's
I
because
know,
this ain't right. The
and
body ain't
that's
right. The health
that's
ain't right.
But
the food ain't right.
and
You get what I'm saying?
that's a personal choice that everybody has to make. So it start with the mind first. I know I need to eat
It
fruits
start
and
with the
more
diet
fruits and
first.
vegetables.
It start with the diet first.
No, well, I'm just saying, you know that, I know that, Pete know that. But
Yeah.
are we gonna go to the grocery store and buy fruits and vegetables and leave the meat alone?
Man,
It's a,
Or are we gonna
listen.
or are we gonna open Kroger's up again on Dixie? Because we don't have a Kroger. We don't have a grocery shop.
but listen, that's
You
what
get what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying.
Like that's
Everybody's
what I'm talking about.
everybody would say that's what we need to do, but who is going to do that?
Right.
The first
It's
thing,
supposed to be us.
no, watch. The first thing we should do is grow our own in our own house. I could go put a plant and grow my own vegetables in my house. And then once you produce your own vegetables, your people might start coming to you. Oh, I know Fo got a couple tomatoes. Let me go get a couple tomatoes from Fo.
It's a
Oh, Fo
bartering
got
system.
cucumbers. And now they seeing your personal influence on a small level. Okay, you know what, Fo? I'm going to do that in my house. Now I'm going to grow peppers. You grow watermelons. You grow tomatoes. Now it's 10 of us growing. Now our mindsets are changing. And now, hey, y'all, let's go open up a public market. Now we do the market. It get bigger and bigger. Now more people are influenced by everything starts the ground level. We can't just go and buy a
Shout
grocery
out to them
store.
boys. Yeah, cause I got inspired by these young teens, man. They got a truck out in Flint, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they grow their food, and then they go to these pop-up shops, farmers
That's
market. They about
okay.
18, 19 years old, pushing that narrative. Like, we got to get our health right first before anything. We got to
See,
get our we got
So
to get
listen,
we got to
we
get
gotta
we
cut
got
it
to get
off.
our huh
Get our health right.
Grassroots. It start
So
grassroots.
we gotta have health. We gotta have food. We gotta have corporations. Man, we just got a lot of things, a lot of ownership that we gotta get to at the end of the day. And like I say, we'll be steady carrying on with this conversation, man. And add more to this topic as we go a little further. We was running out of time, man. So we gonna
See,
have to
folk got that water right there. See, he ain't drinking pop. That's what's up. See?
yeah. That's what's up.
Now I want to see you
being
break out a
healthy.
watermelon with the seeds in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's
For
all it
sure.
takes.
And those be
Yeah.
hard to find.
But that's what I'm saying, because they making everything seedless.
That's
And
what I'm
I
saying.
always go back to the Bible.
I be like,
The
dang, you
Bible
can't even
say
find a
anything with
watermelon with
seeds is
seeds
good.
in that mug no more.
Yeah.
The Bible been said that. It said anything with seeds are good. So God already knew they was gonna produce GMO foods that wasn't gonna be no health benefit to us. And then
Exactly.
my guy, he was just posting. He went to Tennessee and found seeded grapes. I've been looking for seeded
Yup,
grapes around
seeded
here for the
grapes in
last year.
Tennessee, yup. And them must be good too.
And they got them in Georgia too, but we can't
Yeah.
find seeded grapes around here.
Yeah.
I get my seeded watermelon from Randazzo, and I think somebody said Meyer had them, but when I went to Meyer, they didn't have no more. So I go to a fruit market and get my seeded watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
it's
what's
hard to
up.
find seeded food, seeded.
Right.
But that's what we got to do, organic. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We
Okay.
got to try to
Like
get
I say,
organic.
man, with this, because we ain't
Oh,
just
go to
trying to live.
fruit.com too. They got a lot of organic stuff too.
Yup,
Fruits. No, nuts.com. It's called nuts.com.
I've been looking at different websites I can order them from.
Yeah,
We definitely
nuts.com got a
gonna
lot of
start
stuff.
ordering.
And like I say, we ain't just trying to live. We trying to, be in control. Just develop resources, man, where we can just be in control of living. We're cooking up with food. We need health resources. We need grocery stores. We need our own plant. With Mike, we need our own broadcasting systems. You know what I'm saying? We need our own
We still
distribution.
need that. I wasn't opposed to what you were saying. We
But
Oh,
still
I
do
know.
need
We
that.
do
all
need what you.
collectively, you
Yeah,
know what
we
I'm
on the
saying? We
same
need
page.
all that.
Yeah,
We
But the
just
whole
bringing
yeah.
different
thing is that
perspectives.
the
For
whole
sure,
thing
for
is
sure.
that it's resources that we need in our black community that all of us have a chance to work on to
We
develop some
need the
type of
works.
ownership. We need to
Yeah, we
work. We
do.
need to work.
We need
So
some
at the
work.
end of the day, all of us need to get to work, man, and developing resources, man, so that we can be, that we can take whatever we growing, whatever we investing into, whatever we doing, whatever we building, we can recycle it back to the black community as to where we can be some sort of resource. at the end of the day. So we're gonna leave it with that, man. And I'd like to thank both of y'all for coming in, man, and allowing me to do this interview with y'all, man. It was a great interview, very interesting.
For sure.
All right,
Appreciate
Yacht Life
you having me.
Chronicles. All
Thank
right,
you,
cooking up
man.
with
Thank you for
folks.
having me.
Hey, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Keep making moves, man, and we keep coming together, producing stuff and making things happen. I'm in real estate, you producing. So,
Yeah.
that's all we doing. We just bringing different avenues together. I'm adding the salt. You got the pepper. He got the cayenne. You know what I'm saying? To make it a dish and to serve it to the community. So that's what we got to do. Each one teach one, and each one, what I'm saying, make something happen. So
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Definitely appreciate it.
Man. Yeah.
So bring some more of that salt, bring some more of that cayenne, keep bringing that fire, and hey, we gonna be cooking up with folk, baby.
And there you have it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another edition of Yacht Life Chronicles, where we are better together than separate.
And Devon Collins, he did this for me. That's why I had that in the background. Devon Collins from Saginaw.
I wanted to ask you where that piece from, but the conversation was so deep, man. I didn't get a chance to ask you, man. Shout out to Devon Collins.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I'm supporting. What I'm saying? I threw out a few names. Hey, if y'all need, who do Terry Reed do the daughter Terri, she do home improvements. Nick Davis do home improvements. Yeah. Antoine Pippins home improvements. Jesse home improvement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to shout out everybody who I can think of off the top of my head that do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Employ the
We support
businesses.
every black business in Saginaw, man, and shout out to everybody that's
Terry Reed with the tires and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the twins got the new restaurant by you. You know what I'm saying?
So
It's the sisters who own mac and cheese.
About all black businesses, man. Next show, man. But like I said, we gotta get out of here, man, because we're running out of time, man. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. And like I say, I'll be bringing more of them on. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Yacht Life Chronicles.
Yacht Life Chronicles.
Better together than separate.
Better together. All right, y'all have a good one, man.